I always miss it. Hello everyone, hello and welcome to what we're calling it these days, Wake's World. That's it. I hope you're well. It's been let's not say a funny old week, because it hasn't been really, has it? It's just been exactly the same as any other week since last March. Apart from that few weeks we could go and get a Scotch egg at the pub. But Martin's in the room. He says, hello, good evening, Jamie. Evening all. Oh, hi, Amy. Amy, nice to see you, my darling. Amy, are you back on the alcohol yet? I need to know these things. Because I haven't seen anyone tipsy for such a long time. It's annoying. Brendan says, evening all as well. So what have we learnt before I came on air this evening? Well, most adults will now have their COVID vaccination by May. Did you see that? Did you hear that? Very, very interesting. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that is going to happen, because at the moment we're 1 in 5 people. I'm spitting everywhere. I'm so excited. 1 in 5 people at the moment have had their vaccination. I don't know about you, but I'm looking on social media and I'm seeing all these people, I've had my vaccination. And really, I look at them and go, you're 12. You're not a key worker. You're not got clinical conditions. And we know some of these people, and I'm like, how? All I want's a prick with my arm, obviously, because I'm not that way inclined. Amy's saying she's not had a drink for a few weeks. Oh, Amy, I'll make up for you tonight, don't worry. As I'm starting to feel a little better. Now I've got a bit of I've decided I've got some sort of condition. Not COVID, because I had a fart earlier, and oh my God, I even was going to call the vaccination police out to help me myself. So I think... I'm so cynical, aren't I? So I want everyone to get their vaccinations by May so they can vote in the local elections. I reckon that is what they are aiming for. And I think that's how it was leaked out in a press release about elections. And then it was in the bottom of something, it said, or explained that, oh yes, we can do these elections because the government is aiming to have everyone over the age of 50 by 50? Yeah, by 50 by May. Martin's just correcting me as I say that, but yes, 50 over the age of 50 by May, and obviously that's the tier system, or the tier system for priority with vaccinations, and that includes anyone under the age of 50 who has an underlying health condition. I don't think we'll get that in Reading. Reading's not exactly known for its speed, is it? But I just thought it was very interesting that Are they confident they're going to get lots of seats in the local council elections? I don't know. I don't normally share who I'm going to vote for. But I think you all know who I'm not going to vote for in the local elections, or never have, to be perfectly honest. So how are you doing? If this is your first time, if you're a virgin at Wake's World, you're not alone. There's me as well. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Well, unless you pay me to, and I'll do anything to raise money for Club F.O.D. It's a simple format here at F.O.D TV. To make our lockdown listings. You get news, you get views, and you get usually my issues. So let me just get my drink. I might rant about something, or I might change that this week. I've decided you're going to tell me what to rant about. Let's see if I can rant about anything. Let's do a social experiment. It's a bit like Big Brother without all the non-celebrities. Well, no, we've got the non-celebrities, so that's absolutely sorted. I have to give you some bad news. I am not going to be making anything this week. Everyone say because I literally have run out of time. I've been doing stuff with Chocoholic. University has started again. Although I am very, very cross. If you're a university student and you're watching this, so we have to use forums as during our lessons to show that we're researching, we're listening, we're taking everything on board. So after my last assessment went in, which, as you know, I did very well in, at the time I'd already brought down 2 modules by accident, and I'd realised, I should have done that. I can't do 2 modules while working and all the other stuff I do. So I deferred one. So I could see all the lessons and the lesson plan and all that. I could see all the little tests you got to do. So I've been working my way through them because I thought, if I get it all out of the way now, I won't be such a mad effort to do the assessment. Now I've seen the assessment. I'm glad I took that approach. And what happens is that the first tutor I had for the first module, fantastic, lovely, bit crappy at replying to emails, but, let it go. She marked me well, so she must like me. And then this other guy, bit of a job's worth, I think, goes in and deletes all of the previous, because every 3 months you got your new batch of people doing that particular module. So the forum we use, whereas the other one, you could see everyone started some years ago. He goes and deletes them, including mine, that I'd worked really hard. Looking at the, for example, there's this definition of murder. So I remember I said once, I was looking at this definition of murder, that's what I was doing, about this thing about Coke and his interpretation of it. And I worked really hard about, because murder is bad, but there are lots of complications when you're trying to apply the rules of murder, because murder doesn't actually have a proper definition. Obviously, we know what murder is, but in law, it's a little different. So I had to go through about the problematic areas of the definition that people are using. For example, if someone stabbed their pregnant wife or girlfriend or woman in the stomach and she lost the baby, they wouldn't get prosecuted for murder of the baby, because the baby is only a living human being when it's the umbilical cord's cut, basically. So I did a lot of research and I wrote about all these challenges, and I didn't save it on my computer, let's face it, none of us ever do. I thought, it's on the forum, I've got that. And I deleted it, and I thought, I spent hours doing that. So I'm very cross. I have sent a strong email pretending I'm a solicitor, which is stupid because my tutor is a solicitor. So yeah, I'm very, very cross. So how's your week been? You've heard me rant for a few seconds, which is very good for me. I'm not usually start that early. So what have you been doing in lockdown this week? Some of you will have gone back to work. I understand if you've been furloughed. Sophie's here. Hey, Flower. I'll put that on the screen. I'm forgetting to put stuff on the screen tonight. So how's your week? What have you been doing? Have you gone to a different room? Have you done anything different at home? I'm very keen. I remember the first Wakes, or we called it Wakes Week. I can't remember what we called it, but we got it wrong at the first time. You lot guided what happens and what takes place. You may have ribbed me a lot, to be fair. And you caused the conversations. So tonight, that's your role. So you are going to be the tracks that this train is going to roll on. I don't know why I even thought about an analogy, but Amy, I saw you, darling, and I knew I had to put a train analogy in there as well. Martin says, who marmates the Mohawk? I have no idea what that means. I do speak Polari, but that, no idea whatsoever. So you tell me. What have I done this week? Do you know what? I have done nothing. I have been working like a Trojan. We have deadlines. I work in procurement. We always have deadlines for tenders, and it was quiet most of last year because of lockdown, pandemic, and now some of my people I work with, we're doing 4 or 5 tenders at a time, and of course they're operational. I'm usually sat in the head office. And things get a little, if they got a delay, then it delays everything else. So last night I was working until very, very late to get a tender in. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to get up at silly o'clock this morning. I was going to submit it last night. And do you know what that does? If it changes your routine, I don't know about you, but we all get used to our new routines at home. But then I overslept this morning, which was not good when I had a meeting. And that's probably the second time that's happened. It's all because you've had to do something the night before and it just puts you out of kilter. I don't know what that word means, but I heard it on Crossroads once, so I have to use it. So tell me, your turn. What have you been up to? What have you learned this week? What has been exciting for you? And we haven't got to just do positives. We can do negatives as well, obviously, because, other emotions are available. So tell me, have you tried a new recipe in the kitchen? Have you made a cup of tea and put the tea bag in last? I don't care. It's all about you. Brendan says, your windswept Mohawk, love or hate the comb over? Do you know what? This is what I usually have on a Friday and Saturday, to be honest. And there is a really big reason for that, because we all know this isn't my real lounge behind. So I have to take it away with the magic of television and lighting, etc. So I have new lights up here. Let me just pull this down. See, I put my I like to separate myself from the background, but that way I need to make sure that I don't have any stray flyaways. So it comb to the side, slip on the side. That's how I do this new look, slick back. I've always had slick down hair, Brendan, when I'm doing chroma key. I have you know. Oh, I am very, very chesty, so obviously I'm still a little bit way to go for my health, but all's good. Now, oh, here we go. Amy's got something. So I've been reorganising my house. What have you reorganised as a bungalow? Explain. Have you been sorting cupboards out? Have you been moving the furniture about? I'd like to know. Amy, I'm nosy. I need a big red chair, don't I, that I can sit you in and interrogate you. Tell me more, Amy. I need to know what you've been reorganising. Obviously, I know in the garden you've got that pink gazebo. Or was it a pink shed? It's a gazebo. It's something in the garden. I'm sure it's the pink gazebo. I'm assuming that's still there, although we've had a few strong winds, snow, and a lot of heavy rain. So I really do hope that's still there. I'm vibrating. Why is that? I haven't got any headlines coming in. Oh, it is, but I don't really understand it. Too many long words. I'm a bit slack on the news this week, to be perfect honest. So I've looked at some of the news. Martin says, should keep it up for meetings. I do. At work, everyone is so used to me having big hair. In fact, today, someone I haven't seen since last year on the conference call was saying, your beard, it's just appeared out of nowhere. And I thought, it has been a year. It has grown. I don't know if I should just get rid of this now. I've got used to it, so tell me if I should get rid of this beard. The reason I'm asking is that I have been booked for Eurofetish again this year. So I've been asked during the week. They would prefer me to do it as Supernova. I'm obviously not that keen on getting rid of my beard to do drag, and I won't have a beard and do drag because it's not my style. So I want your advice. Do I put my foot down in my comfortable slippers and say, no, I'd like to do it as the former Mr. Leather UK, or Mr. Leather UK 2007, or do I shave off and put the makeup and drag on? Remember, it takes me 3 hours to do that. Amy says she's sorting out cupboards. Oh, I hate sorting out cupboards. And furniture. And if you want the red chair, it would be like Graham Norton's, and in the garden is the gazebo. I knew it was something like that. I just couldn't remember. It's been a long time since we've slurred conversation in the pub. Amy says if you get rid of the beard, you should host the show in drag. Okay. Everyone who did saw it last year, people were confused who the hell I was in a frock. Although I did get a lot of comments and complimentary comments from people in the UK when they worked out who I was. It was lovely. I held it together when technical things were going wrong. We get used to it in this sort of thing. Martin says F.O.D meetings. Oh, okay. I don't do my hair for F.O.D meetings. I've just finished work normally. And Sophie's suggestion is dye the white bits pink. There's a lot of white. I love the fact that the dark bit seems to have a pattern. And I've also noticed if I don't brush it, this goes into a snowdrop. It's just naturally into a snowdrop position. So I thought when I go to the bar, just have it cut out like a snowdrop. Because you've got that monkey tail thing now, haven't you, that people are doing. And I thought, well, I'll do a snowdrop. I'll be different. Martin's saying Sue ain't got a beard. It's surprising, because most women in Whitley have. Other parts of Reading with beards are available. So yes, very exciting. So the comments that are coming through is either, well, I've had two now. Dye the white hair, or the white beard bits in another colour, or shave it off. I don't think you realise how long it takes to do the beard. I do have to shave this bit every day, so it's the reason I haven't been to a barber's regularly. If you look closely, you can see the little, well, not that side, that extractive side. So, Sophie's saying, haha, a reverse Tintin. Is it? Oh, because I said snowy. No, I don't know. Over the head, and I can do that if I haven't got my mohawk. I can go over the head, which is wonderful. Let me have a sip of this. This is the last look. It's the last bottle of the homemade wine from 2 years ago that I bottled. Amy says, why do we have a commotion where we suggest beard styles for Jamie? What's a commotion? Using posh words, Amy. No idea. I'm not the brightest spark in the woods. So yes. Anyway, I haven't really got any, what's the word? I haven't got any national headlines to discuss with you this week. But what I have got is, I've actually got a video. I downloaded a video legally, obviously. And I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen the parish council video that has been going round today with Jackie Weaver trying to lead a meeting with lots of bullies around her? Have you seen this? Oh, Amy's saying it was competition. I thought using a posh word. I felt really dumb, which is not the first time for me. I felt dumb. So I'm waiting for you to comment. Have you seen this video going around? Jackie Weaver. She's been doing the news circuit today because of it, because I think it happened in December, but it's just somehow it's been released and it's gone viral. I have seen the whole meeting now, so I'm like, oh my god. I think it's really, really funny. I don't think it's not one of them. And Sophie is right. I was waiting to do the punchline after I've shown you the video, but it is like one of our F.O.D meetings, or potentially could be. So here we go. This is, hopefully it'll play. Very chesty. And I'll see if we can get someone doing the sign language bit, because obviously I got it legally. So listen to this. This is the meeting with Jackie Weaver at the Handsworth Parish Council. Here we go.
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out. No, she's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally?
They now elect a chairman.
No, they can't, because the vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
There we go. Hang on, I've got music in the back. So that was 30 seconds for me, and I was trying to find a really long video, or about a minute, 2 minutes, give me a break. But have you seen that? Have you seen the longer video? And people have been setting it to music. They've been doing all sorts. Obviously, I couldn't use that because of copyright. So I was trying to be a little well behaved. I'll wait for you to comment on that. In the meantime, Sophie's corrected me, F.O.D, not F.O.D. And surprisingly, everyone says F.O.D, and it should be F.O.D, Friends of Dorothy. Martin says, only weather forecast, snow, Saturday and Sunday. I think it is Sunday. I'm hoping, because I want to go to the allotment tomorrow. I've got to put my onions in. And I got all the fencing for the allotment in the back of the car. That I may have got from B&M, not far from where you are. But I need to get them out because the car saver was heavy. Amy says F.O. Fee Pi Fo Pum. So yes, so that video, if you get the chance, go and Google it. Just put in Handsworth Parish Council meeting. There's some longer meetings there, and basically there's a big argument that they're saying this person decided he was going to be the clerk of the meeting, and the lady who's gone in to help the council has turned around and said, anyone can call themselves, something stopping him calling himself a clerk, something stopping me call myself Britney Spears, and it goes on like that. So Amy's saying F.O.D, not food. I don't recall seeing food anywhere. Let me look back. No food at all. It's not there. So going back to what I was saying about vaccinations with May. So do you think if we're going to get the 9 priority groups vaccinated, that we're going to start seeing the relaxation? I don't say we're going to come out of lockdown properly. A relaxation of what? Restriction, or the restrictions that we currently have. Do you feel that? Do you think pubs may open again by May? Do you think we'll be going back to offices? I'd be interested to see or hear what your opinions are. I really can't wait for lockdown to end. Do you remember back in the old days, well, some of you better than I do, when the plague ended, everyone ran out into the streets and started drinking wine and having orgies. And Boris hasn't told us what he's got planned yet. If we've got that, we know we've got the Festival of Brexit next year, which I don't think should be happening. It's bad. I've had a test. I've been tested positive for needing a KFC and a quick shag, but it's just one of those things. But I'm keen to know what your predictions are as you guide tonight's show. It's a tough one, isn't it? Are we going to be safe? Are festivals going to return? Will everyone be going to football matches? Other sports are available, obviously. Will we have rammed trains and buses again? Sophie says, company I work for has already said they're not going to go back to office or client sites until at least June. Well, that's nice that a company has got that foresight. I sit on a wellbeing call with my company every Wednesday morning at 10. And we're all making predictions. And, you know, I sit there with my latest predictions, which I haven't done for a while, if you noticed. And we're all saying May, and then they've announced this. So who knows? It's funny how it ties in with a political event, actually a local election, isn't it? As you say, I'm usually cynical, but other forms of entertainment are available. I've got my CCTV cameras going off outside. I'm trying to work out why. Motion detection on the front camera. Motion detection on the rear camera. Twice. That'd be mad. I'm going out for a cigarette. So anyone else? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. I know some of you aren't working at the moment, some of you are. But it'd be interesting to hear what your predictions are for the forthcoming year after such a turbulent 2020. Don't forget, we'll have our after show party later. I was hoping to put the link in the description of any tonight, but unfortunately, Martin just got back to me that I think Sophie's got it, not him. So I need to work all this out. As soon as we have that link, I will make sure it's in the listing so we're not scrambling around at the end of tonight's show, which would be great because Daddy needs a takeaway desperately. So yes, everyone else. I know, Martin, I think you're back at work at the moment. So some companies have made use of the furlough. Some companies haven't. So yes, it's not an easy decision to make, is it, I suppose? But someone has got to make that call. And I believe, is it the 22nd? Where's Clever? Mark, you're the clever one watching. Is it the 22nd? I know you probably said this, that they announce, there's something about they decide on the 15th and tell us on the 22nd or 20-something. So, yes. So, gay gossip. Not going to put the little title on today because I'm trying to protect the stream, the computer going on. Today's gay gossip. I did have a look to see what's been happening in the LGBT world. Did you see the Equalities Minister? Yeah, so we've not had much fun, have we, with the Equalities Ministers since equal marriage came about. Kemi Badenoch, and I'm sorry if I pronounce her name, I'm sure she's not watching. She had a secret meeting with the anti-trans group, the LGB Alliance, and neither her nor the LGB Alliance would disclose what was discussed. Of course, the government protected the minister by saying these sort of meetings happen, so we'd like to hear both sides of the debate. I don't know about you, but I think in any form of bigotry, whether that's homophobia, transphobia, etc., you can't have two sides of a debate, can you? It's proven, it's pretty clear that the LGB Alliance, have ulterior motives for what they do. They're anti-trans, and a lot of us do bash them on social media or point out the hypocrisy of some of our own community supporting some of the events and activities that they do. But it just goes to show that we still have a very long way to go. It's when groups like this exist in our community, it's like, and I forgive the analogy, it's like a cancer. People who are our friends suddenly have new ideas coming out. I know a few people that have said things that potentially aren't, not potentially, they are not acceptable. But they've had their head turned by certain groups out there. Amy says, was it a debate or a masturbate? You knew I was going to read that out as I poked it, and you poked the bear. Yes, you have. So we got that. You got me there, Amy. But yes, have you seen that news story? What's your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts of the LGBT Alliance and what they're doing and other groups like that? Because we do have them. Yes, there is freedom of speech, but there's not the right to share hatred. That is the difference. The other story I saw in, I think it was in the Pink News, other sources of well, let's face it, sometimes their journalism skills were just as good as Get Reading. TV doctor, and apparently ex-Brexit MEP, which I didn't know, David Ball, is facing backlash for flogging pricey HIV tests in HIV testing week, which are free through the NHS and other organisations in the UK. Did you see that? I was more surprised that Dr. David Ball, was a Brexit Party MEP. He's very gay. He used to do the phone things on Most Haunted, if you ever watched that. He's done Good Morning Britain this morning and stuff like that. So I was very surprised to hear that he was a Brexit Party MEP. Must have more money. Everyone has their right to choose, but must have the money to not need the power of Europe. I think my alarm's going off again. Yes, it is. So I was just very, very surprised on that as well. So, two things that have shocked me this week in the LGBT community news. And what else? Oh yes, basically it was yesterday, so Thursday the 4th. Look at my notes here. David Ball marked National HIV Testing Week by announcing a partnership with sexual health brand Passante, offering 30% off HIV self-test kits. And as additional promotion, Dr. Ball, put my teeth back in. I've got hair. I trim my beard when I go on. And I got one caught in the, I've got fake teeth, one caught underneath there. Dr. Ball offered his 27,000 followers the chance to win a lifetime supply of Passante condoms if they followed the brand and shared his post. I guess that some people do it for the money, don't they, at the end of the day? He's claimed it's part of efforts towards reaching zero HIV transmission by 2030. I think it's about getting money in his bank account in a turbulent time when he's not earning, personally. What do you think? What are your opinions of those three stories that were found in the LGBT plus publications? I don't know why my alarm is going off outside. I don't know, there's probably a cat. A cat sat on the car, or someone's out in the garden. It's very funny. It's not even. Is it snowing yet? Is that what everyone's trying to tell me? Is he landing on the camera? So, I'm not going to do a deliberate rant this week. I haven't planned anything. I haven't prepared anything. Anything can literally get me in a mood. So, I'm going to ask you to tell me what to rant about this week. I know for some reason you like it when I go off on a rant. It takes a lot of skill and practice, I can tell you. Excuse me. But you tell me, what gets your go up, and I will join in that conversation. Sometimes the scariest thing we have to do here at F.O.D TV, myself here on a Friday. Saturday's a little different with Sophie because there are two of us communicating. But looking at this camera, waiting for you to type in a comment or a message. And when we rely on you guiding an hour, I nearly said entertainment, we both know. I say both because there's only two of you watching. There's not. There's 24 across the streams. So 24 people could make a comment right now to help this. It's quite scary. It's quite difficult just making up stuff on the spot. And without your conversations, I can't do a lot on my own, really. I'll give you a what's the word? A chance. While you're thinking, I'm just going to let you know what the F.O.D Uncles video, they are doing a new one, but here is a video explaining what is going to happen with the money that Club F.O.D have been raising over the last year. It's our turn to give back. It's our turn to use that money for projects, causes and charities in the LGBT plus community. Here is an idea of what to do.
Hello, we are the F.O.D Uncles from Club F.O.D.
We are an LGBT plus charity based in Reading.
As a charity, we raise funds and periodically make grants to groups who support our charity aims.
Are you or do you know of a business, organisation or company that actively support the LGBT plus community that you feel could benefit from our support?
If so, please email us at
funds@f-o-d.ie. f.o.d.co.uk and give us a brief reason why you think Club F.O.D could help.
Also, please include contact details for your nomination.
Thank you in advance.
Brendan,
Martin.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, there you go. The F.O.D uncles there, alive and well. Little background music there. They have done a new video because we really are desperate for your suggestions on where that money should go. And all you have to do is literally send an email to funds@f-o.d.co.uk so we can use that money wisely. Just like this show, it's you the guys what happens in our organisation, because we are a community organisation. We're a registered charity, but without your input, without your support, and without your donations, we cannot do what we do, and we cannot give out into the community that needs it. Brendan's saying if your alarm is going off, maybe Mano should say, no, he's fine, I'll drive him in the car. Absolutely perfect. Once the wood's left out the back. Amy is saying, did you know your t-shirt clashes your sofa in the background? I know. I try to blend in. Hopefully no one will try sitting on me by accident. Wasn't really how I was going to say that, but it came out worse than I intended. I think tonight will be actually a shorter show than normal, just because I think we're all becoming what I've decided we're going to start calling lockdown fatigue. When we started doing this, I remember when we first started last March, and we all didn't know what to expect. Television schedules were, for one, disrupted because soap operas hadn't been able to finish off their episodes. TV programmes weren't able to be recorded in their usual way. So we had no choice but to watch whatever was on the internet. Amy says, who would sit on you when there's a red puff in the background? Other puffs are available, as Amy was delicately trying to say that. So as we have got no make with wake this week, I'm going to show you exactly how the things that we've been making together are going. So do you remember when I first showed you how to germinate vegetables to grow at home in a cheating way? We soaked a bit of kitchen towel and we put it in a Tupperware box and left it. These are the F.O.D peppers right now. Here we go. Can you see that? Absolutely amazing. They are obviously a lot more germinated than I planned. So that was very pleasing, and we will be giving some of those away once they're an appropriate size, and actually once we're able to see each other, I suppose. But they're peppers, they won't be ready right until the end of the summer, and then it's those pepper plants will give loads of peppers off if they're looked after very, very nicely. And to show you what has been happening with the wine, here we go. It's the one with the coat on. Actually, they both got coats on there. So the raisin wine's the one with the stripy tea towel on. It was a little cold, so I thought I'd wrap it up. I like to look after my wines. And that's the F.O.D one. We'll be sharing that at an F.O.D, I guess a meeting at some point, where we don't hold them in a pub, because that would be a little criminal to do that. And then obviously you've got the two big wines that I've been making over the last month. So I think I worked out we've got 30... No, I'm going to do my maths. 6 and 30 is 42 bottles of white wine there. And 48 bottles of Cerveza beer. So, I should be drunk in the summer. Well, I might start drinking them very soon, actually. So that is where we have got to with make with wake options. I can't show you what we've done with the chocolates because we ate them. We weren't going to see any ones, so the chocolates we made literally went in and went out. So, what can I say now? What can I do? What can I improv to get us through the latter part of the show? Because you're all being very, very quiet tonight. Surprisingly, Amy, I've had no sarcasm. I've had no ribbing, which is actually quite nice, actually. It makes a change. We'll be nice to each other. You've done a bit of ribbing. Martin says a schooner each F.O.D. Martin, you've been to my parties. Everyone only gets a schooner. They don't get any more than that, because I like to have my wine, don't I? So I'm having a crafty cigarette. So, but yes, we've got a lot of wine, a lot of alcohol. Amy says she's being nice. You are, darling. It's lovely. Surprising, but lovely. In fact, everyone is being quiet. We've noticed this on the Zoom rooms as well. We've been doing them. That people are, I think, just want out. They really do want out of lockdown now. And obviously we can't. We need to keep people safe, keep people alive until everyone is vaccinated. Does anybody watching have had their vaccination yet? That's what I'd be interested to know. As I said earlier, I've seen people that I wouldn't have expected to have received vaccination because of clinical need or being a key worker, and yet are able to. More so outside of Reading and Berkshire, to be fair to us. Hampshire, lots of people I know managing to get them. And I want to know, how have they got an overstocked? Did Reading think, oh, I've only got a few quid, let me only buy a few at a time? It'd be interesting to know. Amy says other swear words are available. I didn't swear, did I? Hope not. Very out of personality for me. There's a word, I couldn't find it. Not good. So yes. So next week I need your suggestions over what to make. We'll make something together and then I'll put it up and show what we're doing. Don't forget, we believe Gary is doing the radio on Thursday. Hopefully. We're ironing out some technical difficulties that we're having. Radio is sometimes even more complicated than broadcasting television, because there's a lot more audio levels, etc., that we have to do. And obviously tomorrow, she's beat me to it. I had it all planned, a new screen to go up. Sophie says, Saturday Live, it's her turn to drive the show tomorrow. She's got yet another new game, 2 contestants dialing in. So Saturday, this is your weekly LGBT plus show. Is full of excitement, and it's going to be exciting seeing how Sophie managed to do it from her end, because I get to just sit there and drink my wine, have a cigarette, and enjoy that, not having to press all the buttons like I normally do. Martin's being sarcastic. He says, you mean a schooner or a teaspoon? Probably a teaspoon. Adam Balding, hello Adam, nice to see you. Do you think Reading Pride will be on this summer? I'm not the person to ask. I can make predictions, Adam. Nice that you've joined us this evening. Probably should have watched it when I had a better script, to be perfectly honest, and everyone wasn't so tired of the engagement. Personally, I don't think we'll see any festival this year in a shape or form that we're used to. Look at that, I'm being a politician, I'm sitting on the fence. I'd like to see Reading Pride or any Pride festival take place. It was certainly missed last year. Those that know me, I LGBT rights campaigner for years, and Pride is always important to me, and I have a special connection because of Samhain with Reading Pride, and I'd like to see Reading Pride take place. Last year Sophie managed to sort out a digital Pride. It was good, but does it have the same effect or appeal as a physical Pride? No, but do you know what it might do? It might get us all thinking about why Pride happens, if it does happen, and how we do it. I don't know about you. I believe that we need to have the Prides to celebrate diversity. It is a protest. There's a reason why Pride takes place. And it's an opportunity for people to be educated with regards to the LGBT plus community. And sometimes I worry that it's become a spectacle. And any Pride, Brighton being a prime example, where things become too popular for their own good, and there's a gays in a corner at their own Pride. I don't know. I'm hoping it gives us a chance to regroup and work out what we want to actually give as the outcome of having a Pride festival. Sophie says, well, we'll get to welcome guest Jamie. Hey, Sophie. We'll see. But we've got a lot to iron out beforehand as well, because actually getting the other stream in for these shows when me and Sophie work on a Saturday it's not as straightforward as we say. we'll probably be starting a little earlier tomorrow to make sure that happens. Sophie has put the after show link in. Thank you. I was trying to be really organised tonight, so I emailed Mark to say, can I have the link? I know everything's been set up, so I could put it in the description ready. But unfortunately, he didn't see it in time for us to do it. I was just trying to make sure that we didn't have to worry about putting links in comments or something. It was there immediately for everyone, because pinning something is always difficult on some of the groups. Sophie says, if you're unable to access the link, message one of us and we'll send you the link. And who's best for that? If you're on Facebook, because my message is dreadful, we'll just grab someone and we'll get that to you. Time for me to tell you what's coming up in the next week, because I'm going to be finishing 15 minutes early, I think, tonight, which is great because I'm running out of things to say. So, Monday, don't forget, F.O.D quiz night is back by popular demand, becoming very, very busy and very popular. There's no fee to pay. Club F.O.D is paying that for you to take part. As there's no fee, there's no prize. Just the knowledge of knowing you are the F.O.D that week. We are doing a league table as well, which means that the way we're scoring it is so, because some people don't play every week, but it means they're always on the league table in position. And that is very surprising after we play. Wednesday, I will get confirmation. The weekly whiff should be on at Wednesday 8 p.m. They weren't too sure if they were going to every other week. Because as we all know, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort behind the scenes to make sure even a simple sod like me puts a show together on a Friday. I'll be back potentially at 8 p.m. next week with Wakes Week. And on Saturday, 8 p.m, Saturday Live returns with myself and Sophie. Don't forget, on Friday and Saturdays, there's usually a Zoom after show party. It's not really like a big party. It is just seeing people in a room and being able to have a conversation with people you won't necessarily have seen. And it keeps that community connection closer. But don't forget, we're looking for you. We need you. We want you. Maybe not as sexually as I just made that sound, but we're part of the lockdown listings. We're looking for live streamed and pre-recorded LGBT plus content to entertain people at home. We'll provide all technical support if needed. All you got to do is send us a message at F.O.D TV, that's our Facebook page, or through the Club F.O.D page. It's very simple to do. It is actually for a what's the word I look for? For someone who's new to this, it is literally a browser that we have set up for you to connect into your camera and your audio. We'll be back tomorrow, myself and Sophie, for Scatting Live, as Sophie has put on the screen. It will be Sophie driving the show. We'll be there probably at 8 p.m. And fingers crossed, everything will be working. Me and Sophie have had some technical issues over the last weeks, mainly because of computers. Computers, hate them sometimes, but we need them. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be finishing 15 minutes earlier tonight, so I can go and have a takeaway. That is my plan. So, Saturday is Sophie's How with Jamie assisting. I don't do assist, I just sit there on my weeks off and talk to camera with Sophie. I got nothing to press. I don't need to press anything, so I don't need to assist. It's lovely. So almost a night off, which is great. First time since lockdown began. So that's it to be it from me this week. I know it's shorter than normal, but let's face it, not a lot happening of news, not a lot happening in the world, and the conversation is we're all running out of things to say, aren't we? So I'm going to leave you with this. All that remains me to say is good night. God bless. Remember, keep safe. Keep being fabulous. Spread the love and not the germs. And I will leave you with this.